Hello.
Hello and welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome to the Midnight Train Podcast, where we bring you... Hello and welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome to the Midnight Train Podcast, where we bring the dark to light. From paranormal to pseudoscientific, nothing is out of bounds. I am your conductor of the cryptic, Jonathan Sayer, and with me as always is the engineer of the unexplainable, Jeff Butchko. How are you today, buddy?
I'm just blown away because did you just come up with that like off the cuff?
No, it's written down right here.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, that's good. Like, you're really getting into
I mean, I'm
this.
smart, but I'm not that smart. I mean, I wish to God I was that smart. You know,
a lot of like cool nicknames and stuff.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm feeling some stuff out.
I like
You know what
it.
I mean, I'm feeling it out.
I like what you're doing.
Thank you. And on my left, our house nerd of the unknown, Riley Sayer. How are you today, buddy?
Great, thank you for that. I love that. That's awesome. The house. nerd,
It's
the
a good
unknown.
thing. It's a good thing. All right.
Hey, believe it or not, that entire conversation was scripted
Yeah. What is?
between you and Jeff. That was scripted.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, you're not supposed to tell them.
Boo
We gotta-
hiss.
we
That
gotta
wasn't
restart,
scripted,
yeah,
folks.
we
I'm
gotta
sorry.
restart.
He's just the house nerd and upset about it. All right, so everybody, welcome again to the Midnight Train Podcast, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about some cool stuff today. Jeff,
You sold it.
what are we talking about today?
That's for sure. So today we're going back to the spooky roots, and we are going to talk about one of the most haunted places, if I'm not mistaken, in the great state of Ohio, which we live in.
Correct.
And we're broadcasting from.
Correct.
The Franklin Castle.
Correct. Yeah. So for those of you, and to be honest, if you've ever read any of a lot of people out there who aren't from Cleveland or from the Ohio area, you may have actually heard about this because it's been in a bunch of books, like Haunted Ohio and stuff. So when you were a kid and you get them, and it's like, oh, get all the way. Franklin Castle's been in there, and the one thing I noticed about this
is it almost is it more popular than the prison than Mansfield? Because isn't Mansfield the reformatory? Isn't that like one of the really popular?
Yeah,
is,
I
is it a
think-
close second or?
I think what happened with this one, and just going through all of my research on this, I think what I found out is that due to how many people own the place, due to all the different, and we'll go through some of these these stories and stuff, I think it just has more of a recognition to it. Plus, it's been around since the 1800s. You know what I mean? Like the reformatory, I think, was built in what, Riley, like 1940 or something like that.
Yeah, it was sometime around. It was like the early 1900s.
Yeah, so
It's scary too because I've seen it one time. We drove past it. I was with Kenny, our friend Kenny, and he's like, "Hey, that's the Franklin Castle." And I remember we did I don't know, right turn right past it, and it looks like some of a Scooby Doo cartoon, but like in real life. Like
Yeah.
like the tower and everything about it.
for sure.
The reformatory was built in 1886.
Ooh, wow! So that was right around. So to be honest,
It
I don't know
closed
why.
down, I believe, in like the 40s or 50s. Is when
All I know is that's where
Might have been up to the
Andy
70s. I don't know.
Dufresne was
Andy
from.
Dufresne.
So the Franklin Castle, also known as the Tiedemann House, is a Victorian stone house built in the American Queen Anne style, located at 4308 Franklin Boulevard in Cleveland's Ohio City neighborhood. People claim there's secret passageways.
Oh
and
yeah,
there's-
like little tunnels in the
Yeah,
basement and stuff like that.
And that he was like, hiding from his wife because he was like, killing people and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty. In 1864, Tiedemann was a wholesale grocer in the firm of Wiedemann and Tiedemann.
Oh.
Wiedemann and Tiedemann. Yeah, that's kind of.
They were very creative back
Yeah.
then with their names and.
Just use your last name; it'll be fine. Don't worry.
why are they Russian?
That's because that's what I do. Shut up. Talk about that.
So this guy's wife had a bunch of terminated. Their kids died. A lot of death in their family, right?
Correct.
And so to distract his wife from the death of their children, he built stone monsters on their house.
Sounds legit, doesn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense. to
Yeah,
me,
that's what I would do.
I'd build big
Yeah.
towers and stone
Yeah.
monsters for my wife to look at.
Darling, I know you're not feeling well.
Come look at the gargoyle.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna go back here and make some stuff. Hey, I'll see you later. Okay. No,
I just imagine like a greasy Russian dude in like a tracksuit every time you talk like that.
maybe that's who I am.
Let me show you where they created them and sculpt them.
We both do. the horrible German accents.
Not
It doesn't matter because you know what? All the listeners
Germans,
know
they talk like
exactly.
This is German.
Yeah, yeah, German, yeah.
You have
show
to
you the
speak like
gargoyles.
yeah,
You gotta have like a little bit of fruitiness.
It's like
in it.
Hans and Franz.
Listen,
and
if
they
you're doing-
speak. That's Austrian.
If you're doing a
isn't
German accent, there's only two options. You either sound like this and you're gay, or you are like this and you are the Nazis. There's no other option.
it? What if you were a gay Nazi?
You can be both.
Hans
A
Tiedemann.
lot
who
of
had
German people. It's almost like the villain cast from Die Hard is inhabiting this house. Castle. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of the Yakatomi Towers or
It
Yakanomi,
came from the Franklin Castle.
is the Franken
What
class.
was the black kid in the limo?
What was his
Argyle.
Argyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
hanging out in Ohio City at like Edison's Pizza, like just waiting.
and what was the dad? The dad was from what was the show? Family Matters.
Yeah. Not Carl. Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
Right.
In January 1968, James Romano, his wife, and 6 children settled in the home.
Deborah.